What's your problem with Celesta? I'm curious. It might be something that totally like turns me off of it. I think we're good on mods actually. All right, let's play. We're playing Daggerfall Unity. Unity. Oh, it's like a mechanics only game. Oh, boo. Yeah, for me, RPGs are a storytelling medium. You got to tell a good story, or let me tell a good story with the mechanics, or else you're just making something not worth my time. Alrighty, guys, we're gonna be making my. So this is Daggerfall. This is the second Elder Scrolls game. It's before even Morrowind, and this is the remaster of the game called Daggerfall Unity. Where are we from? Well, we are a Khajiit from Elsewhere. Khajiit hail from the province of Elsewhere. You are part of a tawny-skinned people, extremely hardy, intelligent, and agile. Many Khajiit have taken to painting their faces to resemble their legendary feline cousins, the predatory cats that hunt the great desert. Khajiit are on the whole excellent climbers and adapt in the arts of the thief. Is your character to be a Khajiit? Yes! Select thy character's gender. Female. Would you like to? We're going to create our custom class, like always. Click custom, and here we go, guys. We're going to be making our Daggerfall character. What is this class? So let me tell you a bit about this character. This is an OC I've had existing for a long time. It's going to be based off of the lore for my. Takes place in WoW, but different universe. It's going to be this. Our main character this time is going to be Feline Mista, specifically Feline II, and she's going to be using her father's special Khajiit martial art called, and we're going to do a lot of stupid shit here, Kitty Combo. I agree. I 100% agree with you, Witty. Yeah, like 5e doesn't have enough. That's why I tend to avoid. Like I tend to have combat be a rare experience whenever I DM, because there's not enough, mechanically speaking, for 5e to have just be a great combat game. Agi, speed, and will seem to be the most important. All right. Well, our primary skills for our class, the Kitty Combo class, which was basically the lore, is that her mother, Feline I, was a very effective rogue during the war that takes place in the Elder Scrolls Online, and in her later years, she wanted to create a fighting style that specifically took advantage of the unique biology of the Khajiit. And so she created her own style of martial arts known as Kitty Combo. Also, where's the music? Music just... Isn't there supposed to be music during character creation? Or am I nuts? Anyway, I'll just play some Daggerfall music on the other mod. And we'll just let the stream music play. Yeah, all the fights are just dice rolls, right? You either win or you lose. Hand-to-hand, dodging, and restoration are her three main skills. Hand-to-hand. Oh, look at all these different skills you can get. You got alteration, archery, axe, backstabbing, was literally doing more damage to behind, blunt weapon, the Centaurian language, so you can speak with centaurs, Daedric, so you can speak with the Daedra, destruction, dodging, dragonish. Don't bother getting dragonish, there's no dragons. Etiquette, giantish, hand-to-hand, harpy, illusion, impish, jumping, lockpicking, long blade, medical, mercantile, mysticism, nymph, orcish, pickpocket, restoration, running, short blade, spriggan, stealth, streetwise, swimming, thaumaturgy. Like, there's an insane number of skills you can have in this game. Dodging, and then I think I chose restoration, right? This goes amazing. Yee. Like, I think when it comes to mechanics, video games have completely topped tabletop games. Short blade, stealth, and alteration. So I have planned out this character in advance. Alteration. You can punch people, you don't get into a fight ever. Yee. Why do people say legalize prostitution when it's legal when you record it? Not everyone wants to record it. There's a lot of risks that go into that. Archery, critical strike, lockpicking. So why am I picking a bunch of skills that I'm probably not going to use? So this is something that... Have you ever noticed that it's weird in Skyrim that you can be someone who can barely even cast a basic fireball? However, you're able to become the leader of the Mages Guild? Well, in old Elder Scrolls games, specifically 1, 2, and 3, you have to actually have... you actually have to have certain skills to a certain level if you want to advance in your guild. Mercantile, and then running. Just don't upload it, though. Yeah, I guess you'd have to crush the tape afterwards. You'd have to keep it. Whoa-oh. I forgot to write down all my special advantages and disadvantages. Well, let's have fun with this. So, this is what you can do in your basic Elder Scrolls game. See this dagger here? Well, you can up this, or reduce it, to make your character stronger or weaker, and it'll change how fast you level up. It's one of the coolest things about the game. Now, you can set it one way. Now, leveling up doesn't affect skill gains, but it does affect... yeah, so... Made like immersive sim. I agree. That's kind of what I like about this game so much. Special advantages. Acute healing, bonus to hit, expertise in, immunity, rapid healing, regeneration, resistance. Let's go with resistance. To... actually, I'd prefer immunity if possible. Is immunity an option? Immunity, here we are. Immunity to poison. And immunity to disease. A grand wizard. Hell yeah. Barely comprehend what magic is. Yeah, it is really funny when you think about it. So we have immunity to poison, immunity to disease. Literally min-maxing right here. And spell absorption would be really useful, but we're not going to do that. Yes. What was the... Increase magery. I think it's int and spell points is what we want. There's a video I specifically used to build the character. If it doesn't work out, I can change it. It's Miku, yeah! Alright, let's edit special disadvantages. Critical weakness 2. There's a specific one to do here. Let's do... Forbidden weaponry. So now we can just pick every kind of weapon we don't plan on using. So, can't use axes. Can't use blunt weapons. Can't use long blade. There we go. So there we go. That's 3 weapon types I can't use. Add special advantages, and I think... Forbidden material, we're going to go ahead and set it to be Orcish, because it's very rare. Forbidden armor type. And we'll go ahead and set leather as another one that's forbidden. My question is if I do both. Damage from holy places, from sunlight. Okay. Light-powered magery, phobia. Oh yeah, you're right. That's pretty weird, huh? We'll go ahead and set where I can't use a buckler. There we go. So it'll be a bit more than average for our advancement, but I think we'll be okay otherwise. Reputations. I don't want to fuck with any of those. What are the stats that I don't need? Agi, speed, will are main 3. Alright. I can probably turn it on strength. That'll fuck my carry weight up, but at least it'll bring the dagger down. Oh, it won't. Okay, let's set these to... We'll set you to like 40. Alright, and then... My main skills are going to be hand-to-hand, so Agi Speed will. One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Make those significantly better. Yeah, hearing the piano solo is strange. Yeah, it's one of those future games I'm really excited to play. I want to move the stagger down a bit more, so... Immunity to poison, immunity to disease. Again, that's important that we have that. Intelligence is 50. Now if I do... Okay, int and spell points, yes. Special disadvantages. Anything else I can add? Huh, okay. Yeah. I'm excited to play it too. There are some things I'm going to change about it. I mean, Larian's one of those developers who, like... I feel like there's two schools of thought when it comes to RPGs. And they are... School one is, these are meant to be simulations of life in... Simulations of life in a fantasy setting. And then there's people like me who believe that these are storytelling tools. So there will be restrictions and limitations that Larian puts in their games that I genuinely cannot stand. Like in Divinity 2 is a great example of just, let's start the player off trapped. Just trapped. Let's start the player off trapped in a location. That was thing number one I don't like that they do. I don't like the quote-unquote tutorial, as people call it, also known as the first third of the game. I don't particularly appreciate how they show you all these colorful party members, but you only get to pick 4. Not happy with that, personally.
Hello, everyone.
Alright. I want to find skill stats and advantages. There we are. I'm not a fan of that, personally. Does Gus Fring have... Oh, God, don't even get me. So, like, going in, I need to find out what limitations... What I need to do before I stream it is, like, play it for a couple hours on my own and find out what I personally want to change. I haven't seen anything so far that I'd like to change, honestly. Limited team is RPG standard, yes, but there's a different... That's okay, let me explain that more in depth, because you're right. With me just saying you can only have 44 party members equals game bad, what I don't like is once you pick your 4... you're stuck with them. You have your 4, and then the other 4 get killed off. Meaning you're going to have to play the game again if you want to pick from your other party members. That is not RPG standard. RPG standard is those people join your team, but they sit at your camp, or on the Normandy. They sit in the back line. And Baldur's Gate 3 seems to have fixed that issue, so I won't need to fix that myself. What I'm probably going to do is give myself 8 party members, or higher, and play the game on a higher difficulty. Because, like, yeah, you're right, that is RPG standard, but the way they go about it is not. So, it's at the point where I genuinely considered... And not to mention, 8 party members isn't enough, because you have to have your character as well. There are 6 party members to choose from, meaning you only get to pick half of them. So, what I would have to do... What I'm thinking of doing is setting a party of 8, starting up a co-op file with a second controller plugged in, stopping it, and having 2 main characters like in Divinity 1, like in Divinity Original Sin, and then just having all the party members in my party, and then cranking up the difficulty to match, so that it's not completely busted. Anyway, I just want to see what... I'm checking out what this YouTuber does for their stat build. I need to find out which one what I need to do. Old RPGs, so you gotta kind of look into things. And we'll be taking a break soon. Once the character is built, we'll take a break. Alright, I'm not seeing any. Daggerfall. Best disadvantages. Okay. Let's go ahead and add another one. Phobia of animals. Alright, that brings us closer. That part's not a big deal for you. It is for me, yeah, because it's like... Because for me, the game is not about... The game is about my relationships with these characters. Like, if I just had half... If I had to play Mass Effect without half the Normandy, it wouldn't feel complete. Again, that's why... why I'd change that personally. But again, if it's not a problem for you, that's fine. I just know for me it is, and I need to change that. I think I've changed all that I can change comfortably. I could reduce my max HP per level, but I don't want to fuck with that too much. I need health. Alright, exit. Alright. Seriously, where's the music? Also, why character can go with you if they spend 99%? Why not? I could go get them. I can go and get them from the camp. Melt is a banger. It is. Alright, we can choose your character's career path by answering 12 important career decisions that will influence your character's background. Ooh, I don't remember which one I was supposed to do here. Let's click this one first. Alright, unchanged. Good. Name thyself, Feline the Second. Where's the music? Choose thy face. There's a one... this is the one I usually go with. I like that one. It's very... Oh, no, it's this one. This one's cute. Alright. There's our dice getting rolled. And they trap in camp. Yeah, no. It's an issue. It's an issue. Especially the way I play RPGs. Again, RPGs for me are not about doing big, cool, strategic battles. They're about characterization, storytelling, narrative. For me, I'm there for a story. That's why I do that with other games, too. Like New Vegas, for instance. I implement the same party mechanics that existed in Fallout 2 that allow me to have multiple party members. Because your party and who you travel with. I like to have my virtual friends, you know? And personally, anything that tries to get in the way of that, specifically in a very permanent way, like, even if it was just like, alright, that you can't use them as party members, but you can still talk to them at camp. Fine. That's how it is normally for me. I don't always run with everyone in the party. Like, certain characters are always going to be sitting back at camp. That's fine. Or on the Normandy. But in the case of Divinity 2, it was just like, pick the ones in your party, the other ones die. It's like, okay, why? Why can't we just have them going throughout the world and have them be part of the world, you know? It's weird. It's weird and it's not normal and I don't like it. So I changed it. What am I checking here? Nothing. If I hit OK, does that start the game? Oh, right, now I want to see what my primaries are. Agi, Speed, Will. Okay. So Agi, Speed, and then Will needs the buff. Will needs to be bumped up. There we go. Alright, actually, let's reroll. Boop. And we want to get Agi, Speed, and Will up to a certain point. Save this one. We got 62. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah. Agi, Speed, and Will are both well above where they need to be. Thought we were cat people. Okay, so we'll talk about that. That's true. Well, the thing is that with a quick mod, it's easy to have you can have a fully functional party of all of them. Okay, so why are we cat? Why are we not cat? Why don't we have cat ears? Why are we not a full-blown furry cat person? So in Elder Scrolls lore, the Khajiit's appearance are tied to the phases of the moon. And pretty much, when a Khajiit is born, will decide its appearance. And now, Khajiit birth rates can go anywhere from... Khajiit biology can range fully from tiger to house cat to anthro. Sorry, to Neko to anthro, all the way to just normal-looking human. And in this one, we're anthro. We have cat feet and a cat tail, which you'll see here. You will see here soon. Okay, hand-to-hand dodging restoration. Let's. Ooh, why is my percentage on hand-to-hand so low? Okay. Probably going to pump all these into... Well, dodging is important. Like, keeping me alive is important. Right. And then we're just going to try and round these out. Boop, boop, and boop, and boop. And let's go ahead and put up Critical Strike, because that's going to be important. Okay. Player reflexes, very high. Okay. Oh, I forgot to do a thing. Restart. Oh, I have to start the whole thing over. Yes. Female. Crust. Oh, fuck me. Whoopsie. Yes. Female. This wouldn't be an Alex playthrough if I didn't really fuck it up every step of the way. We'll just put the music back on while I work on this quietly and talk to you guys. Have everything balanced. Perfectly balanced, as all things should be. Yes. No, and then, like, also, I don't like how hard the early game fights are in Divinity. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It's a bit too XCOM-y to me, you know? I feel like the XCOM-y is probably someone's screen name. I'm the ex-communist. But it's just too fucking sweaty, man. Even on normal, it's just like... Oh, also the magic armor and physical armor system is fucking infuriating. It's like, alright, so you want me to... It's like, oh, you gotta balance out your magic and your physical armor. Like, okay, cool. I'll pick an all-magic party or an all-physical party, because I'm not doing that. I'm just gonna fucking target one armor type and focus on that. Because I don't have enough party members to actually build a properly balanced physical and magic party. Two party members of magic or two party members of physical is not nearly high enough to break armor. Alright. And so I just ended up running a party of 4 of all physical dealers. No magic. Completely part of the game that's just I get to just ignore. Because I can't break through. Like, I'm not gonna fucking... Like, my one party member casting spells while the rest are doing physical is not going to be enough to cast through magical armor. So I use items... And on the rare occasion I have to break through magical armor, I use items or Red Prince's breath attack. Oh yeah, also... Like... Oh god, I think almost every issue I have with that game comes down from the 4 party member limit and the 4 party members you picking just dying. Like, I think every issue I have with Divinity 2 comes from that. I love this song. Is it just playing them in order now? Because the playlist should be shuffling. That's why. I don't remember what... Yeah, no, it was a game. I don't, like... Was there a show? Alteration. There we go. Archery, critical strike, lockpick. I'd sing if you weren't around. Medical. Mercantile. Running. Right, and then we'll leave these alone for now. Special advantages. We're gonna go ahead and add immunity to disease, immunity to paralysis. Right, no, it wasn't. Yeah, it was paralysis and disease. Poison's easy enough to deal with. No, what? Oh, shit. How do I remove it though? Immunity to paralysis. Get rid of that. Immunity to poison. Right. You know, actually, I think I'm going to go ahead and just do immunity to paralysis. That's the main issue. Oh yeah, XCOM, that one show. Huh. Weird. Alright, expertise in, immunity, rapid healing, regenerate health, increased magery, int and spell points. And then special disadvantages. Oh, it doesn't even let me add it. Yeah, because I already added that. Darkness powered magery, forbidden armor type, leather, chain, forbidden material. We're going to make orcish, and then phobia of animals. Forbidden shield types, buckler. I still don't get why Twitch shows the preview of your stream in the mobile TikTok function as Project Diva. Isn't that weird? Yeah, forbidden weaponry, blunt weapon, blunt weapon. I think I've added all the special disadvantages I can add. Let's go ahead and remove that then. And we'll go ahead and forbidden weaponry, long blade. Yeah. Forbidden weaponry. Oh wait, no, I'll add that back then. Forbidden... Yeah, forbidden material... hold on. Forbidden armor type, leather. There we go. Alright, that's pretty good. Bump, 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 bump. That puts us more where we want to be. But I think only 4 HP per level is a bit too low. So we'll just bump it up to 6. Edit reputations, edit special advantages, edit... Okay, so then we hit exit, and we choose the career path this way. In what thieving skill have you been studying the longest? Well, I would say that she has been studying dodging. She's been really good at staying alive up to this point. It's, yeah, because you've already heard it in a bunch of YouTube videos. It's a pretty popular YouTube video song. It's, Your Sunset from Tekken Tag Tournament. What school of magic have you been studying the longest? That'd be Restoration. Hand-to-hand combatant. My nickname was... Scrapper. You're friendlier than most with... I would say the mischievous imps. As you grew older, you received additional magical training in School of Restoration. In between formal study, you spent your time sparring. Of all disagreeable types, you have the most personal hatred for diabolical wizards. What motivates you into a life of adventure? Fun! What god, if any, do you worship? And this is where we gotta look at my sheet and see what temple I have picked out later on. That would be Debella, the goddess of beauty. Before you sent out for the Imperial City, your mother gave you 100 gold pieces. You have the most trouble. I would say... oh, this is tough, actually. Myself. Let's say fighting without magic. Unchanged, okay. Oh, I didn't get my ebony dagger. All right. So one of the opening stat things you can get is you can get an ebony dagger as a gift. Nope, her name is Felim II. This is her face, and yeah, we want a better roll than this. So can we load our previous roll? Yes, we can. Perfect. All right. 41 strength's pretty low, but that's okay. Okay. And again, once again, we're just going to kind of balance these out. Ba, 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 ba. All right. And then 5, 5, 5, 13, 14, 15, 16. 13, 14, and then 14, 15. Yeah, so enjoy. I hope you've enjoyed the 1 hour long character creation part of the of the stream. Very high. Okay, let's go ahead and just bop right into the game then. Beaverton would be fun, but sadly no beef race. Okay. Feline the Second is born. One sec. Wow, these graphics are amazing. Right? Oh no 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 wait. No! Oh motherfucker, are you for real? Oh, you motherfucker. Okay, it picks up on Chrome audio. That's nice. Well, time to show you guys that cutscene on YouTube. As we started, we mean to go on. Holy shit. Let's just... Jesus Christ. Properties. I'll just change the audio over to Chrome again. Yep, sound didn't work because it's another game that doesn't use game audio. That's... Ooh. Alex, I think Obi said something to me yesterday that was like, hey man, if you gotta start taking it easy on yourself on stream. And you know what? I agree. I have been taking it easy on myself. Boy... The boy has reality continued to not give a fuck. Reality has continued to dick me in the ear. The cruel indifference of the cosmos. That is... Oh! It skipped both of them. That's great. So here's the initial intro cinematic that you guys totally didn't get to see. Game capture, turn that off. Chrome. Right?
400 years after Tiberseptim's reign, the beginning will meet the end, and the bloody circle will close in the Empire of Tamriel. The unworthy heirs of the Septim dynasty have allowed the bonds of the Empire to weaken and crack. Uriel Septim, the Seventh, cannot repair what his ancestors ignored. The provinces fight among themselves like neglected children, drunk with rebellion. One indomitable power hides itself, but not forever.
D. Yep, so that's the... Oh, hey, there's that. That's the opening. The Empire is not doing well. Let's find the other opening. There it is. Yes, 30 FPS, 1080p, remastered using IE.
Excuse the gloom, but none may know of this meeting. The nature of my trouble is darker still. Over a year ago, King Lysandus of Daggerfall died honorably on the field of battle. He was as loyal a subject,
Yup, completely
ally,
borked.
and friend as you are. I did grieve for him, but his spirit does not rest. With a spectral army, he haunts his former kingdom, crying for revenge. I do not know why a good and loyal man would be so cursed. Perhaps you can find the answer and close the marble jaws of oblivion, bringing peace to his soul. I ask this as your emperor I have one lesser request. Several years ago, I wrote a letter to the Queen of Daggerfall. It never arrived.
Bum, bum, bum.
The letter was of a sentimental and personal nature.
Oh, don't worry, I
If you
fixed it,
find
Ardent.
and destroy that letter,
Oh, that fire is so fucked up.
I will be grateful. Now, my champion, rest well this night. For tomorrow you sail for the kingdom of Daggerfall.
Never mind the cat. Yeah. So, hey there. So yeah, we're gonna be we're homies with the Emperor, and he's like, "Yo, I need you to go do a thing," and so that's what we're gonna go do. We're not a prisoner. This is like I think the only mainline Elder Scrolls game where you don't start as a prisoner, which is interesting. There's this I know in the spin-offs you start off differently, but like in this one, yeah. Let's go ahead and give that a read, shall we? You wake and look around the room. Some hours ago, you were in a boat, en route to Daggerfall, when a storm of supernatural strength boiled over the Iliac Bay like a malefic creature. Your boat was destroyed, but you managed to swim through the churning water to a promontory rock. There you found a cave and escaped the fury of the storm. You had only just lit a small fire when a mudslide had sealed you within. Your fear of being buried alive, BRB, see you soon, Obi, calmed when you saw the corridor leading out of the cavern. Perhaps there was a way out of this cavern after all. Once free of the cave, you can begin the Emperor's quest. No, in this game you're a friend of the Emperor. You're like an agent. No, I'm good. No, thank you. So yeah, here we have our fire. The game itself. Let's take a look at our character. There she is. There's Feline. Now she has a pair of iron gauntlets and a pair of chain gauntlets she can wear. Give her the iron gauntlets, and she has an iron dagger she can equip. We will equip this for now, but it will be in our offhand. So pick that back up. Magical items. We have a spell book. Let's go ahead and use our spell book here. We got Salve Bruise, Smelling Salts, Belina's Balm, and Gentle Fall. These are all different spells that can be used. We have a cloak we can equip, and so a bit of a thing about this game. This is peak Elder Scrolls fashion. You can layer all your clothes along with your armor, so you can be super fashionable. And we can also equip a lantern if we can't see. And we got ingredients. But for now, this is all we got. And so we're going to have to make do. Let's go ahead and draw our weapon. We have our fist, which we can rest. I believe T is our spells. Nope. Q, E, Z, X, C, V. I don't remember how to cast spells. One moment. Tab. Really? Q is to recast. Okay. And then crouch is left control, slide is Z, rest transport. So yeah, there's a lot we can do here. What was the one that was like info grab steal mode? And so F1, 2, and 3, 2, 3, and 4 will change our methods of interaction. So right now we're in interact mode, steal mode, grab mode, info mode, dialogue mode. So instead of it being context sensitive. Yeah. Oh, and of course, we have our map. It's a 3D map, similar to something like Metroid Prime, so that's pretty cool. Now, sneaking, I believe we hold a button for that. Left Alt. Yep, we hold down Left Alt to sneak. And if you're thinking these controls are confusing, boy, you should have seen the original. So we can crouch to stay low. It doesn't actually sneak, but there we go. F5, F6. Let's do a quick save real quick. We'll call this Feline 1. Overwrite this. Oh shit. Okay. In that case, I'll just make this one 13 and just keep going sequentially. Oh, are you serious? Okay, then 18. Save. I hate having to name my saves. So now we have the fun of combat. You hear that? That's me missing. And the reason I'm jerking back and forth is I'm trying to avoid their attacks. There we go, rat's dead. Got ourselves a lamp. We have ourselves a loot pile here that is randomly generated. Leather shield that I cannot wear, but I can potentially sell when I get back to town. Golds? I got 162 gold pieces, doing pretty good. Really? Okay, interesting. I guess if you wanted to look at a walkthrough, like use the video as a walkthrough, that'd be really helpful. Okay, sneaking can be toggled, so if we take it slow, we can go through. On your left here, we have my health, my stamina, and my magic. Stamina, once it gets low, I'll begin to miss more. And there are secret doors, but we can only see them on our auto map. So check the auto map option often. Check the auto map often for secret doors. Here comes a bat. Punch the bat in the face. Bat has no treasure. What a sad turn of events. Now, I believe there is enemy infighting in this game, so... Oh, we have an imp. Hello, Mr. Impy. How imperfect of him. We're gonna go ahead and use Salve Bruise on myself here, which I can cast again and again. Oh, he's actually doing some damage here. Oh, shit. I might actually have to retreat. Nope, I didn't. I won the fight. Perfect. So we're gonna go ahead and... He's dead. Can we take this candle? No. Let's go ahead and search this loot pile. And so now we get to do an Elder Scrolls Classic. Ah, damn it. We get to do an Elder Scrolls Classic, which is resting, using all our spell points, and then resting, and then using all our spell points, and then resting. So let's go ahead and save real quick. What's the quick save binding? Advance? Quick save is F9, okay. Alright, game quick saved. We're going to go ahead and rest until we're fully healed. Actually, let's cast some spells first. We're going to go ahead and just cast Smelling Salts. There we go, yeah. And then we'll rest until we're fully healed. Just kills you with a kick, right? Just kicks a bat out of the air. That's pretty impressive. What other things we got? We got Gentle Fall. Yeah, I'll get some more spells once we get into town. Yeah, you're just squeaking at some lady, and she just kicks you and fucking just deletes you from existence. Alright, what do we got? We got a rat. Not too bad. Rat just destroys me. Fuck you! There you go. Rat's done. We'll go ahead and cast... can we sort these? There we go. Sort these down. Oh, I see. Okay, so... We're going to sort them according to mana cost. Yep, and you're going to want to cast often, even if it's for no reason. Because it's just, you want to keep your skills high. A big part of these games, and it's this game going forward, is just little things you can do to speed up leveling. Like, sure, you could just play the games normally. You could just play them as normal RPGs and level up when you... And the game will... Just rely on the game to level you up when you need to be. But that doesn't always work. Oh, that attacks a motherfucker. Thief's dead. What do we got? We got chain boots, which I do not believe I can equip. I can equip chain greaves and leather boots. Nothing I can equip now. How's this gown look on me? Yo, I look pretty stylish. Hey, we got our first bow. That's good. Yeah, I'm gonna wear this dress, even though I look fucking ridiculous. Pile of heads. Alright. That bat exploded, so we're very strong. Oh, hey, see a bit of light passing through there. Do you think that's an invisible wall? Let's check our map and see. Nope. Nope, just a seam in the level design. Who'd have thunk it? By the way, this is not what the game looks like by default. This is how I like it, personally, because I love the old pixel art. There is a lot... One of the biggest issues with this, version of Daggerfall, for me personally, is a lot of the plugins they give you on default give everything this very smeared look where they smoothed it out using AI. Doesn't look good, and I don't recommend it. I recommend turning on the OG graphics. Yes! We're bloody Red Riding Hood. Alright, I'm coming for your ass. Oh yeah, you can sprint while crouching in this one. Not while sneaking. Oh shit, there she goes. Our first death screen. Pretty fun, right? Well, that you're hearing is her Ki. That's her yelling. You deaded, bitch. Chain helm, leather boots, leather, iron. Okay. I doubt I'll be able to carry all of this out. In that case, though, let's go ahead and use Solve Bruise, heal myself up. Quick save here. Rest until fully healed. And what's cool is when we rest, our skills will go up. So my hand-to-hand skills just increased. Your skills only really improve upon... Or they do improve in gameplay, but they also improve upon resting. So rest often. Pretty much, I guess. They're reading the histories of Daggerfall, and we're a great hero they're studying within the histories. If you want to have a lot of fun with it, you could have it. You could play a game where the Emperor has many friends, and you make a new character every time you die. And so they like, oh, well, these are great. These long skirts here. Let's go ahead and remove this dress. Oh yeah, and you can also interact with your full inventory here. So, bam. We're not at peak fashion yet, but we'll get there one day. Now I even have boots. Oh, tall boots. Now I got boots. Yeah. Ooh, silver short bow. Let's go ahead and remove my 2 iron bows. And now I have a silver short bow, so when I'm ready to start leveling silver, I totally can. We already have an iron dagger I can sell. I already have a Khajiit suit. Oh. Yeah, it is like the idea that, like, though every time we die, they're just like, fuck, wrong book. And they have to go grab a different book about some poor bastard that the Emperor put through Privateer's hold. Oh, skeleton. Here we go. Solve Bruise. So what's interesting about this game is this is probably the hardest area of the whole game. Like, you get pretty overpowered pretty quickly. Yeah, fight the bat, leave me alone. Damn, bat didn't hold out. And sometimes your best and only option... Run away! Run away! Run away and rest. Oh, enemies nearby. Oh. I know there are enemies nearby. That's why I'm running away, game. And now we run like hell. The good news is we're pretty fast, so retreating is a viable option most of the time. That's hilarious. Hey, we leveled up already. Look at that. All right, since we're, again, let's focus on our primary skills here. Agility, speed, and willpower. Agility, speed, will. Will, agi, speed. Exit. That sounds really fun. Oh man, the guy died again. I gotta find another book. You've ascended to level 2. You've realized that your life is... You realize that all your life you have been coasting along as if you were in a dream. Suddenly facing the trials of the last few days, you have come alive. You've awakened. Awaken, 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 awaken. Now we're level 2. Let's see how much damage we can do. Yeah! Yeah! Oh, shit, I forgot to save. Warrior's dead, bitch. Alright, Iron Cuirass, can't wear that. Steel Warhammer. Can't use that, but... Alright, I think it's time to start... Oh! How's this shirt look on me? Better! Looks better. Alright, let's go through and actually remove the lower value items. Moving all the leather. Leather. Why does the leather look like it has metal parts on it? Oh, it's not leather. That's just leather we painted silver. Oh, okay. Let's just leave the armor and weapons behind. If it's not an upgrade, I'll leave it behind. Elven short sword's pretty good though. Can't wear chain. Elven shorts. Now I know it seems like I've given myself a huge disadvantage by limiting my equipment. That is not going to last. That is purely an early game thing. As we go further, it's not going to matter as much. But at one point, at one point of this challenge was stolen. Alright, let's rest until fully healed. Ah, damn it, I should have used my balm. Oh well. I bet that skeleton's still locked in that room. Yup, there he is. Hello. God, you do a lot of fucking damage, guy. Get him! Get him! Get him! Yep, I sure do. Get him! Get him! Get him! Oh, we run like hell. Skeletor's been working out. The skeleton's really swole. Somehow. It's like Papyrus. He has muscles. He has muscles on his bones. Oh, hi, Archer. Oh, fuck! That was fucked! Oh no, how far back did that put me? Oh, Jesus. Before the level up, I see. Yeah, fight the bat. Fight the bat. Let them fight. Jesus, that scream. Alright, he probably took some damage from the bat. Come on, skeleton. Fucking die. Alright. Alright, time to retreat. Oh yeah, you can jump. Skeletor's been working out, pours milk on his bones and flexes. Yeah, I'm getting bullied by this skeleton, man. Oh, hey, a rat. So yeah, there are random encounters. If your luck is low or high, I don't know which it is, you'll have enemies show up. Yeah, once again, we leveled up. This is because I forgot to fucking save after my last level. Will Agi speed. Oh, I got less points to level up with this time. Interesting. Well, shit happens. Let's go ahead and use our Salve Brews to heal ourselves up, and we'll rest again. Alright, we're going back in. I'm gonna go back in and try to fight that skeleton this time. Maybe with our critical hit, maybe with our critical strike skill, we'll do better. Oh. Oh! Hey! When in doubt, cheese him. When in doubt, cheese him out. Iron Saber. We'll go ahead and remove everything that isn't an upgrade. Iron Dagger. God damn, I had some good drops that time. That's the upsetting part, is I can't use iron, can't use leather, can't use chain, can't use leather. That's a Daikatana. Can't use chain. That I can use. Can't use, and then the rest of these. All my fashionable clothing. We killed it a second time. Yeah, now he's double-deaded. Why can't we use leather? Because I set that as one of my, special disadvantages, is I can't use leather. Part of the character creation. Basically, it let me pick a bunch of other shit, like being immune to paralysis and disease. Which is gonna come in handy later, because there's enemies that love to spam that shit. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Excellent. We're doing well, we're doing good. Top off my health, and we'll climb that. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Fuck you, lady. Goodbye, Nightblade. Alright. Oh, I got the real Baron Zaya. Let's give that a read. Real Baron Zaya, Part 2. Baron Zaya grew up like a weed transplanted to a Skyrim garden, a ward of Count Sven and his wife, Lady Inga. Outwardly, she thrived, but there was a cold and empty place within. I've raised her as my own daughter, Lady Inga was wont to sigh when she sat gossiping with the neighborhood ladies come to visit. But she's a dark elf. What can you expect? Baron Zaya was not meant to overhear these words, or at least thought that she was not. Her hearing was far keener than that of her Nord hosts. Other, less desirable dark elf traits included pilfering, lying, and a little magic, just a small fire spell, and a little levitation, and, as she grew older, a keen interest in boys and men. Who could provide a very pleasant... Oh, Jesus Christ. Is this the first... Wait, is this the cat dick book? This is the first book I read in the whole game. Crazy. Provide very pleasant sensations, and to her astonishment, gifts as well. Inga disapproved of this activity for reasons incomprehensible to Baron Zaya, so she was careful to keep it as secret as possible. It is kind of doomy, yeah, 2.5D. The what? Don't worry about it. She's wonderful with the children, Inga added, meaning her 5 sons, all younger than Baron Zaya. She'd never see them come to harm. A tutor was hired when Johnny was 6 and Baron Zaya 8, and she studied at... Wait, what? Oh, okay. I was worried for a second. And studied academic lessons along with him. She would have liked arms training as well, but the very idea of a girl training to arms scandalized Inga and Sven. Baron Zaya was given a bow and allowed to practice target shooting with the boys. She watched them at arms practice when she could, practice with them, and when no grown folk were about, and knew she was good... when no grown folk were about, and knew she was good or better than they. She's very proud, isn't she? The neighbor ladies would whisper, and Baron Zaya, pretending not to hear, would nod in agreement. She could not help but feel superior to the Count and Countess. There was something about them that encouraged this disdain in her. She grew to learn that Sven and Inga were distant cousins of the last rulers of Darkmoon, and she began to understand. They were poseurs, imposters, not rulers at all. At least, they were not raised to rule. This thought had made her strangely furious at them. A good, clean hatred detached from resentment. Baron Zaya came to see them as disgusting and corrupted insects, who could be despised but never feared. Yup. Holy shit! That's cool. Welcome back, Obi. Just, yeah, casual racism and sexism is a trademark of Elder Scrolls. Once a month, a courier came from the Emperor, bringing a small bag of gold for Inga and Sven, and a large bag of dried mushrooms from Morrowind for Baron Zaya's consumption. She was always made presentable as a skinny dark elf could be made to look in Inga's eyes, Jesus, and summoned into the courier's presence for a brief interview. The same courier seldom came twice, but all looked her over rather as a farmer looks over a pig he's readying for market. In the spring of her 16th year, Baron Zaya thought the courier looked as if she were at last ready for market. Wait, what? But all looked over her. Okay, so they were creeping on the courier. Upon reflection, Baron Zaya decided that she did not wish to be marketed. The stable boy Straw, a big blonde boy, clumsy, gentle, affectionate, and rather simple, had been urging her to run off with him for some weeks. Baron Zaya stole the bag of gold the courier had left, took the mushrooms from the storeroom, and dressed herself as a boy in some of 12-year-old Timmy's casual clothing. And one fine spring night, They took the 2 best horses and rode hard the night towards Whiterun, the nearest city of any size, which was where Straw wanted to go. How does this keep getting worse? I know this story, I know where it goes, and it gets pretty scandalous. But Morrowind also lay east, and it drew Baron Zaya as a lodestone does iron. In the morning, they abandoned the horses at Baron Zaya's insistence. She knew that they would be missed and tracked, and she hoped to throw pursuers off the trail. They continued afoot until late afternoon, keeping to side roads, then slept for several hours in an abandoned hut. They went on at dusk and came to the Whiterun city gates just before dawn. Baron Zaya had prepared a pass for Straw, stating an errand to a temple in the city for local village lord. She herself sneaked over the wall with the help of her levitation spell. She had reasoned that by now the gate guards would have been alerted to look for a young dark elf and a Nord boy traveling together. But country boys like Straw were common enough. Alone and with papers, he would be unlikely to draw their attention. Ah, I thought you said you knew Spanish. Senor, por favor. Damn, that's good. Her simple plan went smoothly. She met Straw at the temple, which was not far from the gate. She had been to Whiterun on a few previous occasions. Straw, however, had never been more than a few miles from Sven's estate, his birthplace. Together they made their way to a rundown inn in the poor quarter of Whiterun. Gloved, cloaked, and hooded against the chill of the morning, her dark skin and red eyes were not apparent. Also, dark elves are the fucking coolest, by the way. I just want to point that out. Like, my favorite, if you were to ask me what my favorite race in Elders, I'm playing as a Khajiit. My favorite race is the Dark Elves. I think they're fucking awesome. Against the chill of the morning. You basically just take everything lame about elves and remove it. Honestly, is that the case for every setting? Let's think about it. Okay, D&D. Drow are better than regular elves. Yes. Warhammer. The Drukhari are cooler than the Eldar. Warcraft. Okay, Warcraft's the only example where I actually like the high elves better than the dark elves. They entered the inn separately. Sven paid the host for a single room, a large meal, and a jug of ale, and Baron Zaya sneaked in a few minutes later. They ate and drank together gleefully, celebrating their escape, made love vigorously on the narrow bed, and then fell into an exhausted sleep. How old is Baron Zaya at this point? Okay, so like... that does sound really bad out of context. They stayed a week in Whiterun. Straw earned a bit of money running errands, and Baron Zaya robbed a few horses at night. Baron Zaya continued to dress as a boy. She cut her hair short and dyed her flame-red dresses jet black as a further disguise, and kept out of sight as much as possible, for there were few dark elves in Whiterun. Then Straw got them places as guards for a merchant caravan that was traveling east. The sergeant looked over her dubiously. He chuckled. Dark elf, ain't ya? Like setting a wolf to guard the sheep, that is. Still, I need arms, and we ain't going near enough to Morrowind that you can betray us to your brothers. Our homegrown bandits will as life cut your throat as mine. BDSM elves always win. Damn straight. The drow especially are fucking glorious. The sergeant gave Straw an appraising look, then abruptly spun back to Baron Zaya, whipping out his short sword. But she had her knife and was in a defensive stance. Straw drew his own knife and circled to the man's rear. The sergeant dropped the blade and chuckled again. Not bad, kids. Not bad. How are you with that bow, Dark Elf? Baron Zaya demonstrated her prowess. Aye, not bad. Not bad at all. And you'll be keen of eye by night and of hearing at all times. A trusty Dark Elf makes a good a fighting man as any could ask for. I know. I served under Symmachus himself before I lost this arm and got invalided out of the Emperor's forces. We could betray them. I know folk who'd pay well, Straw said later, as they bedded down for their last night at the old inn. Or rob them ourselves. They're very rich. Those merchants are, Barry. Aw, Barry. Aw, I'm kind of rooting for him at this point. I know who Baron Zaya is as a character. She's evil as shit, but, like, I'm kind of cheering for him. Could you imagine reading the novel about my character, though? They're opening the book, and then, like, they get halfway through, and it's just, they get, like, 2 pages in, and they're like, Feline II then sat down inside the dungeon and read the real Queen Baron Zaya, which one of the bandits inside Privateer's hold were carrying. And then it just proceeds to write all this down, and the guy's like, motherfucker! Baron Zaya chuckled. Whatever would we do with so much money? And we needed their protection for traveling quite as much as they need ours. We could buy a little farm and settle down. Peasant, Baron Zaya thought scornfully. Straw was a peasant and had peasant dreams, but all she said was, Not here, Straw. We're too close to Darkmoor still. We'll have more chances further east. Right? Wait, no, what happened? Actually, explain that. I don't know what you're talking about. Why did you say, right? And then just doesn't ask any questions. Explain that to me, Arden. The caravan went only as far east as Sungard. Tiber Septim had done much in the way of building relatively safe patrolled highways, but his tolls were steep, and this particular caravan kept to the side roads as much as possible to avoid them. This exposed them to the hazards of robber barons, both humans and orcish, and roving bands of brigands of various races. But such were the perils of trade and profit. They had 2 such encounters before reaching Sungard, an ambush which Baron Zaya's keen ears detected in plenty of time for them to circle about and surprise the lurkers, and a night attack by a mixed band of Khajiit humans, and Wood Elves. The latter were a skilled band, and even Baron Zaya did not hear them sneaking up in time to give much warning. The fighting was fierce. The attackers were driven off, but 2 of the caravan's guards were killed, and Straw got a nasty cut on his thigh before he and Baron Zaya killed his Khajiit assassin. Baron Zaya rather enjoyed the life. The garrulous sergeant had taken a liking to her, and she spent most of her evenings sitting around a campfire listening to his tales of campaigning in Morrowind with Tiber Septim and Symmachus. Symmachus had been made a general after Mournhold fell. The sergeant said, "He is a fine soldier, Symmachus is, but there was more than soldiery involved in Morrowind, if you take my drift. Well, you know about that, I expect." "I don't remember," Baron Zaya said. "I've mostly lived in Skyrim. My mother married a Skyrim man. They're both dead, though." "What happened to the Lord and Lady of Mournhold?" The sergeant shrugged. "I never heard. Dead, I expect. All Morrowind's under military rule now. It's pretty quiet. Maybe too quiet. Like a calm before a storm. You going back there?" Basically, during the middle of the Bill Cipher book, if I remember correctly, said something like, so on the next page I'm going to tell you my biggest weakness. And then the next page was the start of The Great Gatsby, with Bill Cipher saying, "Get Gatsby'd." That's good. That's good shit. "Maybe," Baron Zaya said. The truth was that she was drawn to Morrowind like a magnet. Straw sensed it and was unhappy about it. He was unhappy anyway, since they could not bed together. As she was supposed to be a boy. Aww. Gayness stops him from getting it. That's a bummer. Baron Zaya rather missed it too, but not as much as Straw did, seemingly. The sergeant wanted them to sign on for the return trip, but gave them a bonus when they parted, and letters of recommendation. Straw wanted to settle permanently near Sungard, but Baron Zaya insisted on continuing to travel east. "I'm the Queen of Mournhold by rights," she said, unsure whether it was true or it was a story she had made up as a child. "I want to go home. I need to go home." Unfortunately, so yeah, like that's like oh my god, there's a story in the Bible like that. I don't remember what it was. I think it was like Abraham and his wife went to go, like were the guests of the Pharaoh at one point, back before all the troubles happened in Exodus. And like they didn't trust the Pharaoh, so they lied and said that they were brother and they lied and said they were brother and sister, and then the Pharaoh walks in on them banging at one point. And he's like, "What the hell?" And they're like, "Oh, it's okay. That's not my sister, it's my wife." And he's like, "Then why didn't you just fucking tell me?" It's like that scene in I can't tell, I think it's Hell of a Boss. There's a scene like that in Hell of a Boss. It's really funny. Your disguise stopped you from doing that, from bumping the uglies. That at least was true. She had run on mushrooms and she was very hungry for them. She had found She had found a few for sale in the Sunguard marketplace, but they were not as good or satisfying as the ones the courier had brought. After a few weeks, they managed to get places in a caravan heading east. By early winter, they were in Riften, and near the Morrowind border. But the weather had grown severe, and they were told no merchant caravans would set forth until mid-spring. The Bible. The mushrooms, did they power her up? No, but what I think they did is they like, made her homesick. They made her homesick for Morrowind, which she didn't remember. Baron Zaya stood atop the city walls and stared across the deep gorge that separated Riften from the snow-clad mountain wall of Morrowind beyond. Barry, Straw said gently, Mournhold's a long way off yet, nearly as far as we've come already, and the lands between are wild, full of wolves and bandits and orcs, and still worse creatures. We'll have to wait for the spring. There's Silgrod Tower, Barry said, referring to the dark elf town that had grown up around the ancient tower that guarded the border between Skyrim and Morrowind. So they're probably talking about, not Vardenfell, what the fuck is it called? Solstheim. They're probably near Solstheim right now. The bridge guards won't let me across, Barry. They're crack Imperial troops. They can't be bribed. If you go alone. I won't try to stop you. But what will you do? Silgrod Tower's full of Imperial troops. Will you become a washerwoman for them? A camp follower? No, Baron Zaya said thoughtfully. Actually, the idea was not entirely unappealing. She was sure that she could earn a modest living by sleeping with the soldiers for money. She had a few adventures of that sort as they crossed Skyrim, when she dressed as a woman and slipped away from Straw. Okay. Poor Straw. Poor fucking Straw. She'd only been looking for a bit of variety. Straw was sweet but dull. Jesus Christ. She'd been startled, but pleased when the men she picked up offered her money afterwards. Ah. Okay, I'm guessing she's underage and they offered her money out of guilt. Straw had been unhappy about it, though, and would shout for a while, then sulk for days afterwards if he caught her at it. He was very jealous. He'd even threatened to leave her. But the Imperial Guards were a tough and brutal lot by all accounts, and Baron Zaya had heard some very ugly stories during her travels. The ugliest story had come from the lips of ex-veterans around the caravan campfire, and were proudly recounted. They had been trying to shock her and Straw. She realized, but she also realized that there was some truth behind the wild tales. Straw hated that kind of talk and hated having her hear it, but there was a part of him that was fascinated by it. Now we're at underage prostitute. Yeah, oh god. Baron Zaya had encouraged Straw to seek out other women, but he said he didn't want anyone but her. She told him she didn't feel that way. Okay, so at this point, Straw's being a fucking moron and needs to move on. But she did like him better than anyone else. Okay, they got a letter. He has a letter of recommendation from the town guard, and this bitch is evil. Like, clearly evil. But she did like him better than, like, she gave him a way out. Like, hey, you got your you got your letter of recommendation. You can leave. We can't have sex anymore. We can't do this with each other. I'm going to be sleeping with other men. We should break up, you should leave. And she just doesn't. He just doesn't. Then why... But she did like him better than anyone else. Then why do you go with other men? I don't know, dear. Straw sighed. They say dark elf women are like that. Yeah, fucking... Straw? You're a fucking you're a beta and a racist. Baron Zaya smiled and shrugged. I know. I guess that's all the explanation that is. I pretty much at this point he's cucking him. He's making himself a cuck. He doesn't need to stay. Fucking bravo, by the way. This was a really good read. Real Baron Zaya Part 2 and Part 8. You know what? I think... I want to read all of this at once. So we are going to start... We're going to go ahead and just start collecting the real Baron Zaya. How about that? Elven short sword, silver short sword. Alright, leather boots, leather helm. Recipe for potions. Let's go ahead and read that recipe real quick. Cannot use this. Damn. Alright. He's an incel too. So yeah, we have the real Baron Zaya Part 2 and Part 8. And we'll go ahead and read Part 1 when we get it. And we'll skip to Part 3. But we'll sell Part 2. But yeah, that's always been a fun part of these games, is like the in-universe books. I wish more things would do that. I think Elder Scrolls, that's one of the things Elder Scrolls does better than anybody else, is their in-universe fiction. Because in other, like, I love Baldur's Gate, don't get me wrong. All of the lore, all the books you get in Baldur's Gate 1 are just dry history books. They don't have, like, the fun, because, like, a lot of the Elder Scrolls stuff is, like, fun stories. Like in, you have, like, the Wolf Queen, you have the story of Vivek and Morrowind. Even, there's some good books, even, like, Lust the Argonian Maid's another one. There's a lot of good books. Iron boots, equip that shit. We got some bootses. Hell yeah. Yell yeah? Yell yeah. Gold pieces, we'll take that. And how does this look on me? Alright, no. Bop. I think I'll stick with the bootses. Yeah. The books in Elder Scrolls have always been very good. Oh shit, there's a loot pile in here. Oh, I hear somebody. Gold pieces. Chain gauntlets, leather round shield, twigs, I'll take that. How's this look? Yo, it gives me some power cleave, hell yeah. For those who don't know, there's a term I like to use called power cleave, which is just when a lady shows off a bunch of cleavage very confidently. We call it the power cleave. I need to, like make a dictionary one of these days of all the dumbass terms I've made up, like schmeefed and power cleave. Power cleave sounds like a fucking, like, MMO move, right? It sounds like something that, like, a fighter would gain at level 3. But nah, man, it refers to very confidently showing off your cleavage. Power cleave. Examples of power cleave in fiction. Witchblade. That bird demon lady from Devilman. Power cleave. Oh, that's a demon. I thought you were... Oh, fuck me! Well, that went badly. I thought it was just the bat. I hope the clip doesn't catch me talking about power cleave. Alright. My cleave was not powerful enough. Ah, shit. Fuck you, giant bat. Alright, mana's low. Let's go ahead and rest until it recharges. Yeah, so we're waiting on getting either... We're waiting on getting the Real Baron's Eye Part 1. Honestly, we could just read Part 8 and just read them all out of order. That'd be fun. That could be fun. Alright, he's done. Yep, so what we're going to do here is we're going to crouch. And climb up and over. Oh shit, how do I get out? Yeah, there's probably a switch or something I can hit somewhere to move these. Let's take a look. There it goes. Yeah, no, it's a very real thing. Like, if you're gonna write about something like that, you gotta do it right. And I think, like, I think that's a sign of good writing. If you're able to write about something like that and also give the right tone to it, it's obviously meant to make you feel gross and uncomfortable. Like, it's not meant to be, it's not a fetish thing. Like, I'm guessing the writing style of that and the Lusty Argonian Maid is very different. You actually get to meet the guy who wrote that book in, that's an infamous Elder Scrolls book, because it's about her real life. There's another story, there's another book about her life that's very propagandized, that we're going to definitely find chapters of later on, too. She's an important character in this game. Similar to pretty much every game in the Elder Scrolls series, I have been fully spoiled on this one. And I put a lot of time into it. Like, I've put like a couple hundred hours in this game already. But I've never beaten it, you know? That's kind of how Elder Scrolls games are. You play them, I play them, and then eventually I'll get around to beating them. But no, she's a kid in that story, and that's fucked up. It's a fucked up story. Honestly, I find it weird. Like, I have a hard time reading that kind of story. Vea seems to read nothing but. She just... Like, I don't know what, like, I don't know, when Vea loves the genre, that I can only describe as bad things happening to women. The genre. Like, a lot of the books she suggests to me or reads are filled to the brim with that sort of just awful realness. And it's something that women actually have to go through, so... To me, it's uncomfortable, but I feel like it'd probably be somewhat affirming to people, you know? Like, I know for me, there's, like, certain movies I've watched that are really fucked up, but... Oh yeah, I can wear this Aodric. I'm not going to, though. I'm gonna wear my Power Cleave shirt. There are stories to me that I like that people would read as fucked up that I really appreciate for their realness. Didn't I have an elven bow? Yeah, okay. Dead dove do not eat kind of stories. Yeah. I think it's more just like knowing that someone understands the struggle. Like, one of my favorite, like, I bring it up, I don't bring it up very often because it's just one of those things that has, like, a lot of infamy surrounding it. But one of my favorite movies is Joker. The reason being is it's the only... It is the time, like, everyone has movies about, like, characters that, like, they feel like understand them. Joker is a movie that feels like it's about me in a lot of ways. Like, not in, like, what action is taken, but Arthur's struggle is very similar to my own when it comes to mental health and stuff, and how he feels the world treats him. Or how the world actually treats him. It feels the way the world does to me. It is hopelessly cruel at times. Only difference is that I am a real person and he's a fictional character, so I get to make decisions that he doesn't get to make. And I know for me, that movie was very life-affirming. Watching that movie and seeing... Yeah, he's literally me, but, like, not in the meme way. Like, I feel represented. I feel like there's someone who actually understands the struggle. Another one would be... I mean, like, the big two are Blade Runner and Joker. Like, the literally me thing is a meme, but it comes from a real place. Those movies did a really good job of helping people feel represented. You know? You get to feel like someone understands you and what you're going through, and then you get to hope that someone else will see it and begin to understand. It gives you hope. Ah, it is a silver short bow. Okay. Alright. Like, it's not really an insult. I actually never even saw those movies as an insult thing. I saw those movies as being just about people who are struggling with depression in a very depressing world. He just killed a guy on TV. But it's less about... That scene for me is less about, that's what I did. It's more, there are times where there are people who say the cruelest things about those with mental health issues. People with mental health issues are regularly mistreated by the media and by just people in general. And sometimes you just want justice to be dealt swiftly and properly. And that's what that scene's about. That was... Arthur went onto that stage intending to kill himself. And instead he took justice where he could get it. Yeah. For me, I'm not saying he's literally me, I'm just saying I identify with this character because, well, it's the first character written. It's written by someone who clearly has a very good understanding of mental health and such. Specifically, anxiety, depression, loneliness, a distrust towards society and your family. Things that I struggle with, you know? I get the feeling that Joaquin Phoenix actually put in a lot of... Like, I'm guessing he was more than just the actor for Arthur. I'm guessing he put a lot into that character, either improvised or writing-wise, to help make him real, because Joaquin's life has also been defined by that. Sometimes it's just good to know you're not suffering alone, and that there are people out there who understand what you're going through. That reminds me about Luigi. How? Is Joker too good? No. No, I think the problem with... Like, it's something that... I don't know what the Hangover... what's up with the Hangover guy, but the guy seems to write movies in response to audience reception. The director of Joker. He likes to write movies in response to audience reception. He doesn't just write what he thinks is real and what should be written. He responds to an audience, and he did it with The Hangover 2, and he did it with Joker 2. Hangover 2 and 3 are just miserable movies. Hangover 2 was a fun but very dark, or Hangover 1 was a fun but very dark comedy, and it's very good. It gets the Alex seal of approval. 2 and 3, on the other hand, are just misery, where the misery is cranked up to 11. And Joker 2 is like, we don't like... The movie feels like we really don't like Gypsy Crusader. The narrative is, we really don't like Gypsy Crusader, we don't like incels, and if that's what Arthur is, then he does not deserve to be happy. But that's never what Arthur was. And notice I'm not saying Joker, I'm saying Arthur, because Arthur Fleck and the Joker are different kinds of characters. See, what I wanted was him to just naturally evolve into becoming the new DC Joker. I think that's kind of what everybody wanted, because he's probably the most sympathetic version of the character ever written. Oh my god, Joker is so much better than most other DC movies, because every new Batman movie just tells another story from the comics that's done better in the comics or in one of the animated movies. Like, the new Batman movie is just The Killing Joke and Hush combined into one. Or sorry, not Killing Joke. A Long Halloween and Hush combined into a story. And they ruined the Riddler. I think that version of the Riddler sucks. And it's not the Riddler. But regardless, I've been on Batman rants like crazy. But Joker actually tells a really good original story that hasn't been told before with the Joker. Like, there's similar themes to, like, maybe a Killing Joke. But ultimately, it's Arthur's story. Makes it so strong. No, not just a reinterpretation. I think there was a lot of personal stuff that went into Joker, because like the only thing I could really compare it to would be The Killing Joke, but like the Joker backstory and The Killing Joke is I think a lot of people really want to not like that movie. Like, I still think there's people are afraid to admit it's like fantastic, but it's great. And the thing is, for me, any sort of attempt to give it any other meaning besides mine, I will deny, because no, that's me. That's a story. It's a story about me. It's a story about someone like me, you know? Hey, they get character and try to do something new. Yeah, and I appreciate that. I really do. I appreciate telling original stories. That's my biggest issue with most comic book movies now, is they're just retelling stories from the comics we've already heard. It could be about you, yeah. So, but like, when I've seen people be like, "Oh, it's not an accurate portrayal of mental illness." Fuck you. That's my answer. Fuck you. It's not an accurate portrayal. I've lived through parts of that movie. I'll tell you what's accurate. You know, it's a movie I have a very personal attachment to the point where, like, if people don't get me, like, there have been times where I'm like, "You want to understand what it's like to be crazy? You want to understand what it's like to be human?" And you're in denial of your own problems. Watch Joker. It is the go-to example of, like, this is a good movie that will help you understand this topic. It's easy to dismiss criticism of things when you've lived the thing being criticized. What was the other one I was going to say? Alright, we've already explored this part. I think we're just about ready to get out of here. Let's go ahead and get this, grab this throne. Yeah, Joker 2 has issues. It has the biggest issues you could possibly have, and it's that they get the characters wrong, and it seems to not understand the point of the first movie. I think the biggest reason it is the way it is because it's a response to the audience. Me neither, right? Isn't it a scary concept? Alright, well, something's in there fighting a rat. I think it just won. Also, like, the reason why I say in denial is I don't think anyone's sane. Like, I'm not saying that, and I'm not saying that in a the world is fucked up and horrible sort of way. Like, I'm not being cynical. I just don't think it's possible that a single human being on Earth right now doesn't have any sort of trauma or baggage that affects them mentally. Everyone, because like, the more we understand about mental illness, okay, here's a good example. Autism. We have the autism spectrum. Most people will fall on that spectrum because of how broad it is, and that's applying to a lot of other things in terms of like mental illness. It's not even an illness anymore. It's literally just a study of what it means to be human. The human condition, human behaviors. There's no escape. No one's going to be sane for their entire life. Makes me feel like the world is unnatural static. It isn't, because you can be interrupted while resting. That's actually perfect. That is a perfect summary. This guy isn't cool, you shouldn't try to be like him. And that was never I never exited that movie going, I want to be like Arthur. It's a stupid fucking mindset that I've seen used several times, and it's one I fundamentally disagree with. And it's, we don't want people to misunderstand our story or come to a conclusion that we don't agree with, so we're going to make a story specifically targeted against those people. Like, taking a sympathetic character who's evil, but because people like them, they try, because people like them generally, and idiots try to emulate them, they just ruin the character. Like, no, the character should not exist, the character should not respond to the fiction. Or, fiction should not respond to reality, reality should respond to fiction. It's there to inspire and influence us, not the other way around. In my opinion, you know. I try to think of more examples of it, but like I've seen it happen before, of just crazy course correction and ruination of a character purely because they don't like the way the audience receives them. And it's like, some people praise that shit. I have heard the phrase satire is a waste of time. Just tell people, like, it happens right now. It's happening right now. They're moving in range. See, now there's an enemy. Oh yeah, she's got power cleave. Look at her. She's rocking that power cleave. That's a rogue? I don't look like a rogue. Boots. Leave your boots. What was I gonna say? But yeah, like, I have heard it gets on my nerves because there's a lot of people who are very politically minded, and like, if there's a movie that matches with their politics, but people who don't have their politics also enjoy that movie and don't care about that message, they get upset. One of my, yes, much more Viking-y, like a barbarian, right? One of my all-time favorite movies is American History X. It is a story about the rehabilitation of a neo-Nazi. That is what that movie is about. I have heard people say that that whole movie, beginning to end, is about how racism affects people and how it spreads like a disease. And I have heard people say it's still neo-Nazi propaganda because neo-Nazis watched the movie and liked it. And it's like, what the fuck are you on about? Oh, Attack on Titan has, like, there's also things like Attack on Titan where it's like, because it has fascists in it and it doesn't just spend the whole story beating them down, suddenly that story becomes fascist propaganda. And then they spread that around, and people repeat that shit. And it's like, not true. So how come I'm a racist? I never said you were a racist. Dune Messiah, no, you don't understand book. Yeah, Dune, fucking people watching, oh god, right? But no, it's just like, just because, it's the thing of like people not understanding a story and then spreading that misunderstanding and misinforming people. That's what annoys me. That's what I strongly dislike. And trying to remove all the subtlety to your message to then beat the audience over the head with it is not good either, because you're making your story worse. You shouldn't turn your fiction into propaganda. Is this... Hold on, info. Does this count as short blade? Let me try equipping it. Yes, I can. Okay, the Wakizashi is a short blade. 1 to 10, 2 to 9. Alright, remove that. Excellent. Wait, what? I have a bow equipped? What bow is that? Iron Greaves, Steel Short Bow, Silver Short Bow, 416, 416. Literally the same. Alright, we'll just remove that right there. Okay. No, but I said I am. Alrighty. What made you choose the racism class? No, I think it's just... I mean, I don't disagree with that, but I think they're part of a larger problem, and that's memetics. Okay. You decided to class switch to better work with your party, I see. But, like... Am I finally getting through? It's down to memes. Because nobody fucking reads... This is gonna be a hot take. Nobody fucking reads or watches or plays games that these things come from. Because people would rather just repeat bullshit they hear on the internet. Like, 40K is probably the biggest example. Like, I hear so much dumb bullshit out of the mouths of 40K fans that clearly conflicts with information. And it's like, okay, I go, alright, where did you hear that? It's like, oh, some YouTuber said it. And it's like, okay... Like a good example, like, I love Adeptus Ridiculous, they're great, they do a really good job of getting people into the hobby. They consistently repeat false information. They consistently perpetuate and repeat false information that they get from, like, wikis and stuff, because those wikis get it from the book. So, the wiki gets it from the book, whoever writes it on the wiki maybe read the book, hopefully, right? But if they didn't, Wiki gets it from... If they didn't, Wiki gets it from some guy. Some YouTuber reads it on the wiki, and then puts it in their video, and then that false information just gets spread to an entire audience. Like, there's so much... Yeah. Well, it also comes down to, like, Witty, it also comes down to personal interpretation. But I'll talk about that later. Regardless, what was I going to say? Basically, just on the internet, people just pick the information they like and they repeat it. And what they end up doing is, like, completely misrepresenting something. Like, 40K gets it real bad. Attack on Titan is another one where people decided that they couldn't wait for the anime. Or they couldn't wait for the manga to come out. So they read fucking poorly translated scans of the manga, and then locked in their opinion, and then repeated said opinion to the rest of the internet. And so now there's so many people who think that show's terrible, when it's genuinely one of the best anime ever made. It's about escaping your life, yeah. Most of the time... It also comes down to just, like... At the end of the day... Everything, any and all stories are open to interpretation. All you do when you remove subtlety is remove the ability for people to make up their own mind about something. If you want to talk about a fun one, the worst situation, I've been playing a lot of Halo lately and learning a lot about Halo lore and stuff. 343, the company that went on to make Halo games after Bungie left, got a major thing wrong with Halo lore. So, alright, in Halo, there's this ancient race known as Forerunners that has some sort of weird connection to humanity. And throughout Halo 1, 2, and 3, you learn more and more about them. They have ruins on Earth, even. Humans can activate their technology. And at the end of Halo 3, it is revealed to you by one of their AI constructs that humans are Forerunners. The humans rose and then fall, and we're on their second rise now with the humanity that exists within Halo. 343, some reason, didn't understand this, and they made humans and Forerunners a separate race, causing all of their lore to come out as nonsense. Like, her canon age is only a thing for marketing. I agree. Yep, 100%. I always saw them as actors, personally, but that's just me. So basically, due to this misinterpretation at the hands of the people making the game, a bunch of fans are now arguing over what matters, what's canon, what's not canon, and it's dumb. So yeah, now here we are in the open world. Jay, main quest. Meet us the fourth of Morning Star. I am on a mission from the Emperor to investigate the shade of King Lysandus. His spirit has been haunting the city of Daggerfall. The Emperor himself has charged me with the duty of laying his ghost to rest. There is also the minor matter of a letter he sent to the Queen of Daggerfall. If I should find out what happened to the letter, he would be most appreciative. I barely made it into this cave. Before landing in Daggerfall, a sudden storm capsized the ship. I barely made it into this cave. Alright, let's take a look at our inventory real quick. We have a spell book. Now, I could have swore I had a letter at one point, but I guess I didn't get the letter. The Real and the True Baron's Eye. Oh, these are two different book series. So I can probably read this when we get to town. Yeah, everyone has their own version. Yeah, there is, and that's the other thing with 40k, which makes it a little bit easier, is that everyone has their own lore. And honestly, let me be real with you guys, I think that's how it should all be done. I think at the end of the day, stories are meant to inspire us and make us happy. If a story does not do that, if a story makes you confused or depressed, and I'm not saying that horror isn't allowed, I'm saying, and the kind of confusion and depression I'm talking about is when you like try to sit down and read a book, or you try to watch a movie and nothing makes any fucking sense because it's badly made, but now this movie is permanently part of the canon and it sucks, aka being a Star Wars fan. So what you should do is form your own canon. Every person should have their own canon made up of real media and fan fiction or whatever they want to include. Me and Vea workshopped an entire fan fiction about Asajj Ventress last night. If anyone's actually read Dark Disciple, which is her novel, very good, and watched The Bad Batch in its entirety, which is also very good, there is a major plot discrepancy between those two pieces of fiction. And me and Vea came up with a little story to, help patch that plot hole. And it was really fun thinking it up. I might actually write it sometime. I actually might write it down sometime and tell it to you guys, because I'm very proud of what we came up with. Ultimately, though, and I think this is important. It's only 60. Good job. I'm proud of you, Arden. But one of the... how are we doing on time, by the way? All right, 2-hour recording. That ain't bad. But yeah, one of the things you can do to really help you understand, like to help you decide what your canon is and isn't, is find the soul of a world. Find out if it, like, ask and answer the question, what is blank franchise really about at its core? What is Halo really about at its core? The answer I've come up with is that it is a story about the hubris of mankind and how, even though they were on a dark path, they learned to work together with each other and with outside forces in the form of the elites. And now, even though humanity, by the end of Halo, even though Halo 3, most of humanity is dead, they are now on a better path than they were previously when they were kidnapping children and making them into super soldiers. And so that's what Halo is about. Halo is about humanity learning from its hubris, learning from its mistakes, and setting itself upon the right path thanks to heroes like Sergeant Johnson or Master Chief. Star Wars is about our relationship with the Force, our relationship with each other, and how we grow to better understand that over time through people like Kreia, Revan, and Luke. Any story that ruins those characters or sets them back, I will outright deny. Luke is about, only 3 Star Wars movies. You know, it'd be really funny, Witty, if those 3 were insane picks. Like if it wasn't like Empire, if it wasn't Star Wars, Empire, and Return of the Jedi, it was like there's only 3 Star Wars movies: Attack of the Clones, Rogue One, and Solo. Like what? Why are those your 3? But no, the soul of Star Wars is about people's relationship with the Force and with each other. It's about basically coming to find balance with those things. The Jedi are not heroes. The Jedi are not the good guys. The Sith are the bad guys. And it's all about this fucking dumbass holy war over understanding of it's all about a holy war and bringing that holy war to an end. So my Star Wars timeline starts with Kreia, Starts with Kreia and Revan, and it ends with Luke Skywalker. And it's all about how we got from the first people who ever questioned the Force, and the dark side, light side dichotomy, until we got all the way to Luke, who completely redefines it. And I think that's what Star Wars is all about. And so, like, for you, capture the soul of fiction. Capture the soul of what you want a story to be about, or what you believe that story to be about, and base your own personal canon off of that. I can also do the same thing with Superman, Batman, Spider-Man. Superman and Batman are pretty easy. Batman is about human characters struggling against a cruel and oppressive world, but also maintain some sort of goodness. All the main characters of Batman are all people who are tempted into evil, but are able to hold on and hold out hope, even though it's all about holding out hope in a bleak world, and how Batman inspires people and helps people to do so. Is Batman your favorite rich guy? Bruce Wayne? Probably. Yeah, I like Bruce Wayne. One of my favorite characters, honestly. Only Phantom Menace, Rise of Skywalker, and Solo. See, that shit cracks me up. But, like, that's what that story's all about. It's all about that. Superman is all about Superman. It's all about who Superman is. It's about how he inspires... Like, Superman is wholesome. Batman is hope from tragedy, and Superman is hope. Just pure hope. It's all about Superman inspiring and guiding mankind to a better place. Complaining about the newest one having supposedly never seen before metaphors about immigration. Shrugs. So here's the thing about Batman. That is an extremely bad faith reading of Batman, which doesn't make it not valid. It just means it's a bad faith reading. It's like you look at what you're given and going and come to the negative conclusion. First off, I don't think that Gotham has good mental health. The reason being is that Gotham is a parody of real life America that's supposed to be worse in every way, shape, and form. It's got literal monsters and demons and supernatural shit, and our main hero is a rich guy who decided to use his money to fight those things. By day, he's a philanthropist. By night, he is physically going to those places and fighting to defeat them. Furthermore, before Batman even encounters a supervillain, in Year One and Long Halloween, he is not focused on fighting poor people. He's focused on fighting the mob. He's focused on fighting the rich and powerful and the corruption within Gotham City. Well, the thing is, he doesn't do the rich person thing very well. The Bruce Wayne... So what's interesting about Bruce Wayne as a character is that he has three faces. Face number one is the face he puts on when dealing with rich people, when being Bruce Wayne, the philanthropist, right? Which is why he's such a hard character to get right, and I don't think a single Batman actor has actually managed to do all three versions of him well. Version 2 is Batman. The Batman, you know? And version 3 is the real Bruce Wayne, the guy sitting down in the cave, brooding, talking to Alfred, and focusing on what he's dealing with. And this, like, Bruce is crazy. Like, he is clearly not doing well mentally, but despite all this, he uses everything he has to help make the world a better place. If Bruce was poor, if he was like Rorschach, he'd be doing the same shit, but just with no money. People, like, I don't hate Bruce because he's rich. I like Bruce because he's Bruce. Bruce is someone who goes into this with a ton of hubris and continuously gets beat down and nearly killed. I think I like Bruce Wayne as a character more than I like Batman, honestly. No, I think it's just, if you're carrying in hatreds of rich people, and like, you know me. But no, Bruce has always been someone to me who has overcome that. It's like with Luthor. Luthor he could have easily been the next Lex Luthor, but the difference is he chose to do good with what he was given. He consistently donates to the poor. He consistently fights to protect them. And every opportunity... Okay, here's the number one... You know how we talk about there's certain tests to know if you get the character right or wrong? Batman is never sadistic, for one. Never sadistic against people who genuinely need help. That's what's... Like, there are stories like that. I reject those stories. One of my favorite moments in just Batman in general is the time where Batman's like, look, Joker, you don't gotta do this shit. I can get you help. I can get you a psychiatrist. I can get you the help you need. He won't even do it for himself, but he's talking to this man who has killed countless people, killed his friends, killed Robin, fucking paralyzed Barbara. And he's like, let me help you. That's who Bruce is. And I can't imagine he would treat a bank robber worse than Joker, his biggest enemy. Like, he's not gonna just kill... Like, he's not beating up people because he's sadistic, because it's better than shooting them, or... It's better and more effective than shooting them, or leaving it to the police. Pretty much, Obi. No, it's like power and then responsibility. He has all this power just because he's more powerful than us in a way that's very real to us. Doesn't make him bad. I think if you want to shit on anybody, shit on Tony Stark. Because, boy, that first Iron Man is hard. Hey, guys, go back and watch the first Iron Man movie. That is a tough movie to sit through. Oof. Oof, Tony Stark is not a good person. Holy shit. Oh, man. Just him doing creepy rich people shit that we hear in the headlines. That movie has not aged well at all. Good lord. Like, oh my goodness. It also helps with the time period. Like, rich people had a very different face back then. I would compare Batman to, like, Gatsby, or Bruce to, like, Gatsby, you know? Oh, he's the worst in Iron Man 1, for real. And it makes all of his snark in later movies, like, hit harder, because you're like, no, you're awful. No, I don't care how smart you are. Shut the fuck up. You're awful. Hey, cool. So yeah, there are these waystones you can find throughout the map that will increase your shit. So let's, now that we're done talking about fiction and shit, let's get to work. So, let's get the fast travel open, because this game does have fast travel. Don't remember how to open it, though. Oh, well, I have the bestiary book. I can go ahead and give that a read. Oh, I thought I did. Ah, well. Shit, V? There it is. So yeah, we're here. This is the whole world. This is all to scale, by the way. So, let's say I want to get to a nearby town. Where am I right now? I'm around here. So yeah, I'd have to go to one of these towns. Now, I know what town I'll go to. I need to go to Daggerfall proper, though. So, find... So what we'll do is Daggerfall. And all these are real. This is all to scale. So if I were to... I'll go ahead and just do this once. Do you wish to travel to Daggerfall? Yes. Speed cautiously. Foot, horse, inns, camp out. This is how much it's going to cost. That's how much gold we have. That's how much the trip's going to cost us. That's how long it's going to last. Now, if I choose camp out, we get to watch it happen in real time. Fictional Elon Musk. That's what he feels like to me. Yeah, just like... But, like, you see him, like, manipulating women and stuff, and it's like, Jesus Christ. Okay. That doesn't mean the movie is completely bad. That being said, if someone has that mental illness, and they feel represented by the movie, there isn't really any way you can argue with that. Because that means that it is good at portraying their specific mental illness. Maybe not the movie, not what they say. Like, as if they give him a proper diagnosis and they're like, oh, he's a paranoid schizophrenic, you know, or whatever. That means that character who said it in the plot was wrong. That doesn't mean the movie is bad at portraying said mental illness. And that's another thing, too. Story criticism is not a science. Media criticism is not a science in any way, shape, or form. There is no scientific method to criticizing or understanding stories. It is all subjective. All that matters is how much faith you have in the story and how much you're willing to write the story for the writer. Some people refuse. Some people are like Mahler. They refuse to... If a story leaves a blank, that's a plot hole. For me, sometimes when a story leaves a blank, I like to fill in that blank myself. It helps me feel like I'm an active part of that world. If a character says something that conflicts with the nature of the plot, some people will go, "Oh, that's bad writing. They're lying to the audience. It's a misunderstanding of their own story." Maybe. But if I like what's going on, if I like the story, I'll probably instead say, "Well, that character's wrong." You know? Like if I have anxiety and depression, and I see a character represent those traits rather perfectly in the case of Joker, and then the narrative goes, "He's a paranoid schizophrenic," it's like, well, I disagree with this character. Because characters can be wrong. People can be wrong. They're, like, ultimately, as long as a story or a piece of art, and notice I'm saying a piece of art, not not something that's meant to steal your money. I'm saying art. There's a difference. As long as a piece of art is inspiring you, and helping you, as long as you get a good story out of it, that's what's important. In reality, most are victims. Yes. The trope of a rich hero, we really don't need to make a big analysis on why this one's good. Sure, but fuck tropes. They ain't real. I don't like. Oh god, I hate trope analysis. That's such a what a way to just ruin your own fiction. What a way to ruin yourself. Like trying to make up these roles as if the writer even considered them. Tropes suck. I roundly reject tropes. Archetypes are fine, but yeah, no, but like, okay. So if you're disagreeing with my appraisal of Bruce, the difference is you said Batman, rich guy who instead of going to meet a psychologist goes and beats poor people. I wasn't saying he was not rich. I just said, all right, well, let's think about this. What kind of person is this? What does he want to accomplish? Because I know for me, I could be summarized as person who, instead of going to see a psychiatrist, plays video games and talks to his fans. But like, yeah, because mental health support in my area is trash and I'm not going to waste my fucking time. Also, tropes are like, my issue with tropes is that it's not something that any writer considers. Like, it's like when you see people trying to like match characters to an alignment chart. Very rarely do writers actually consider the fucking alignment of their characters. That's not something they typically care about. That's fanfic shit. That's like something that like teenagers writing on fanfic.net will do sometimes. Or like, it'll be played for a joke like in Adventure Time. I need to go see... Who do I need to go see? Goodbye. I totally off thing. All right. I need to go talk to the Queen of Daggerfall. So there's probably like a main temple, a main area I can go. There it is. Yeah, that's a big ass building there. That's probably where I need to go. Yeah, I have a distaste for trope analysis. I think what a lot of young people try to do is stories, and it's something. And it's really bad with anime. Boy, is it bad with anime. They try to, not even young people, but let's just say people. They try to break down these stories into a science, into a building blocks, and go, oh, this character is this kind of character, or that kind of character. They're this archetype. But at the end of the day, someone like Goku is written, like any character in fiction is written organically. So people will come to a conclusion about what kind of trope or archetype a character is, and when that character acts outside of that, they get upset. It's like, wait, that's not, but he's the rich guy. He's this trope. Like, no, he's not. He's Bruce Wayne. He's a character who was written organically by a series of different skilled writers. And unskilled writers. Mm-hmm. Rodent. I know I shouldn't be up here. I'm gonna get in trouble if I get up here. If I stay up here for too long. Ow. Ow. There we go. We all have it. Yeah. I mean, for me, my associations are like every character is unique, and they can broadly fit into this categorization, but we should never force them to. It's like genres. Genres aren't real. People don't, like, it's very rare that an actually creative person will try to tie their story to a genre. Video games are different, but I think I've talked about it before, but like, there's a difference between creative people and skilled people. Like, you can be a skilled writer or game designer, but not have a creative bone in your whole body. I'm guessing this isn't where I need to go. There's probably a temple I need to go to. Where the hell? I need to see the Queen of Daggerfall. Where the hell is she? Hey. Tell me about School of Giulianos. Order of the Candle, House of Dibella. Where am I? You are in Daggerfall and Daggerfall. Alright. Where is... Regional... Oh. Castle Daggerfall. Even if I knew someone, I wouldn't be telling a Khajiit. Let me be polite and see if I get a different result. By my lady, as if I know. Ask someone else. Go on, find a friend or someone who knows something I ain't either. Fuck you, bitch. Alright, let's talk to someone else. That's how the speech goes in this game, by the way. Castle Daggerfall. Jesus Christ. How about I be blunt with your ass? How about I... Mark it on my map. Thank you, bitch! Alright, well, what's here? Alright. Yeah, genres sucked. Yeah, it can really narrow people's... Hey, buddy. All are free to petition His Highness at this time. Do not stray from the audience. Chamber, lest you have royal blessing to do so, always speak politely to the king and queen, and above all, cast no spells within these walls. Do you agree to these terms? Yes. There we are. Let's go talk to the queen. Queen Okbi, King Gothred. Mobar. Hello. It's really too bad, Athleen. I have a special assignment that requires someone's trust, such as yourself. However, it also needs someone of greater skill in order to survive. Come back and visit me when you've improved your skill some more. Okay, but what about this letter? Alright, well, I guess I'll level up a bit and then come back. Those faces remind you of Sims. Really? Yeah, I think with storytelling, and it's something that I think a lot of people who indulge... Like, people really want to make it into a science, and it's just not. Storytelling is not a science. It's an art. Like, art is art. Hot take, you know? It's all very open to interpretation. It's all very subjective. You engage with stories either on good faith or bad faith, and that'll change your criticism. How you feel about something will... How you feel about a story will change the way you look at it. Oh, hey, a kitty. Hell yeah. I pet the kitty. But yeah, how you feel about something will change how you engage with it. That's why for me, like, even if something is good, if it goes against what I deem to be the soul of something, I can't enjoy it. Like, it's like how we normally talk. Like, I mean, I brought this up before, but like, my rule when it comes to Batman stories and Superman stories is the moment one of them kills somebody, I close the book. The moment where Batman or Superman murders somebody, the story is rendered completely irrelevant. And Obi's pointed out, like, well, what if it's good, though? And it's like, I don't care. I won't be able to appreciate it because that will affect my reading of the story. I like to say things are good or bad or trash or great, depending on my opinion on them. But again, it's depending on my opinion on them. I say it because it hits harder. I could be like, I don't like this or I don't like that. And it would be the same exact thing. You never said that. You totally said that. Gaslight Obi. Alright, we're going to Gothway Garden. It's my little hometown I like to hang out in whenever I play this game. Don't lie. I'm not lying. You're lying. Yeah. People are really fond of that idea. For me personally, I'm not okay. I don't have any issues with it. I just know when it's too much. A red-faced courier startles you with a cry of letter. With a cry of letter for Feline II. Hey, that must be you. Here, take this. Gotta go. Other deliveries to be made. Alright, we got a call. We got a letter. Let's give this a read. Dear Feline II, I heard about your accident at sea and feared the worst. Now that I've heard you're alive and well, I would like this opportunity to meet with you and discuss our beloved Emperor's mission in the Iliac Bay. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Lady Magnuson, the Emperor's agent in the court of Daggerfall. My position is not so official as ambassador. None but other agents of the Emperor know of my true affiliation. The Iliac Bay is rife with rebels against the Imperial throne, so your discretion is required. For the purpose of our meeting, I will take a room at an inn, the Crimson Dungeon in Yeoming Court of Daggerfall, for a month. After that, I will no longer be available. I will expect you as soon as possible. Alright, we got a job. We're going to Yeoming Court. Yeoming Court, here it is. So yes, these names are procedurally generated. That's the big dirty secret about Daggerfall. Biggest world in the series, mostly the procedurally generated, but it's done really well. We cut character for narrative economy. Yeah, for real though. I personally agree with that idea. I think we need more stories about people working together to solve a problem. A bunch of different people working together to solve a problem. Which I think is why those stories that do that well hit so hard. Like, I'm not crazy about the Hunger Games. I find it mostly boring. But one of the things I gotta give it credit for is that when Katniss tried to be the hero, even though she's basically just a propaganda tool, the moment she tries to do the heroic thing and save everybody, she fails. And basically gets knocked out while all the normal folk work together to overthrow the... Yeah. What's good is they tell you this, you know? And many, many more. Yeah. Under the shining sun, a group of healers from the Temple of Kinnereth adjure the people to learn basic first aid, solve small problems without requiring the temple's healers. Then they offer a demonstrative clinic, charging 200 gold pieces per head to teach mending basic wounds. A full lesson will take 3 hours. Do you apply to learn from them? So this is one of the things this game does that's really cool, is it'll give you events like this that can lead to different outcomes. I'm going to refuse, though. No thank you. You leave them be, and the class begins soon after. Alright, well, now we need to make it to... Where did they say? Let's read the letter again. Crimson Dungeon. That is an inn, so... There's only one tavern in town, so this shouldn't be too hard. Clap, 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 clap. Oh man, wait till you guys see the horse. Oh, is that a camel? Aw, look at him! Let me just... Yo! Look at him, he's so cool! Your name is Carl. Carl the camel. Goodbye, Carl. For the crime... I hate that Feline lady. She comes into town and renames everybody's animals. I wonder. Oh, damn it. I was gonna set actor name as Carl. There we go. Tilda, and then... yeah, he's... And many, many, many more. And what's good is... You know what's great about Chernobyl? Is they tell you. Alright, who am I looking for? I'm looking for... Bricenna, Lady Magnuson. Copperston. Hawking. Hawkford. Yeah, so this is this game, by the way. Everyone has all these crazy procedurally generated names. Every NPC has a unique name. Coppersmith. Wardrobe. I could start stealing, but no. I don't want to get in trouble. I'm just looking for a friend. Beep, 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 beep. Oh shit. Alright. Chernobyl. So 1991. Greensmith. Meow 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 meow. There you are, Lady Bricenna. Quick save. Hello. Ah, thank you for responding to my letter. Feline, I am Lady Bricenna. Let me bring you up to date on affairs. The spectre of King Lysandus haunts the very streets of Daggerfall at night. Trying to communicate with him is futile. He will occasionally moan the word vengeance, but that is the only coherent word I have heard him utter. If you are ever in Daggerfall, do not wander the city at night. You are certain to be attacked by his legion of ghosts. It would probably be more gainful to investigate those who might have wronged Lysandus, to find the cause behind his torment. I do not know if the royal family of Daggerfall, or another person, or persons, merit more suspicion. The major powers of the Bay, Sentinel, Wayrest, Daggerfall, may be a good place to start. Okay. In the matter of the letter, the Emperor's agent said that he was unable to hand deliver it to the Queen because of the war. He hired a courier, who supposedly delivered the letter in his stead. We do not even know the name of this courier. Obviously, there is little information of use, but it would be worthwhile to see whether the letter arrived in Castle Daggerfall at all. How you decide to do this is entirely your decision. I will contact you. See whether the letter arrived at Daggerfall at all. If any new information should surface, I am leaving Daggerfall soon. My position here has been compromised and my life is in danger. Do not mention my name in court. It is more likely to hurt than help. Good luck, and watch your back, Feline. Alrighty, so we'll probably be heading back to Gothway Garden to train up so that we can go do that mission for the Queen. She had a job for us, and getting in cozy with the Queen of Daggerfall could go a long way to helping us out. Other minor objectives would be to acquire more books. We're going to read the other book we have in our possession, which is we have the True Baron Zaya and the Real Baron Zaya. We read the Real Baron Zaya, which is not written by her, and then the True Baron Zaya is written by someone close to her. So this is the history, this is the propaganda, from what we understand. We'll be reading the Baron Zaya propaganda later to compare it and contrast with what we've learned from her real history. That being said, let's go and head back to Gothway Garden, and then we'll probably wrap it up. The reason I choose Gothway Garden is it has several guilds that we can all work at. Before we to help us level up and help us get some XP and also gain standing within the guild. Alright, we have different guilds here. I remember this one's the Mages Guild. We're gonna go to sleep at this inn. What time is it? I totally forgot how to check the time. Info? No, shit. Controls. And gave me a Bugatti and $1 million. Yeah. Status is L. You're in Gothway Garden. It's 7:13 on Freitas, and the 13th the sun's dawn. In the eyes of the law of Daggerfall, you are a common citizen. You are healthy. Yay. Wait, what was that? Oh, there was a guy. I didn't even see him. Huh. Oh yeah, so if you ride through these guys, I haven't got a horse yet, but when you get one, if you ride through them, it'll splatter them. Hello. You look interesting. Are you my friend? No. This is the Resolution of Zen. This is not what I thought it was. Like one of my favorite my favorite things anyone's ever told me. It was told to me in this chat actually. A viewer said this, and I because we were having, I don't know what we were debating about, but we were debating about something that we very, very much disagreed on. And he said, satire is wasted on the foolish. And my response was, I don't care. I get it. And I think that sums up my opinion on, like, trying to turn satire into propaganda. I'm just like, hey, man, if they don't get it, that ain't my fucking problem. If someone watches Starship Troopers and comes out with the opinion of the mobile infantry and the government of humanity are the good guys, that's fine. I don't care. Just don't go spreading that around, you know? Why do the houses have so many windows? They like the outside. Room. I'd like a room, sir. Let's go ahead and get it for 7 days. I'm going to be here for a bit. 18 gold pieces. You've been bartered down to that. So yeah, your barter stat affects everything. Like, this game is really very much a medieval, like a fantasy life simulator. Like it's very well beloved in the franchise because there's really no other game like it. I was thinking about this. At the end of the day, since art is subjective, and what is good and what is bad is not yours to be decided, what should you make as an artist? you should make something unique. You should make something that is you. Based off yourself, because there's not a single other person in the world that is completely like you. I think that should be the goal. Because you're always going to have someone who loves your work, you're always going to have someone who hated it. But you should make something that embodies part of yourself and that brings you joy to create. He kind of does. The bartender does look like Jack Black. Let's rest until we're fully healed. Alrighty. Actually, what time is it? It is 9:33 a.m. That's good. We're good. We're good. Alright, we'll go ahead and save here. But yes, this is Daggerfall. We will play more of this game on Friday. Probably. Who knows? It's crazy here at the School of the Cat lately. I'm doing things wacky. Thank you all for being here. I feel like we've had some really good discussion, and I really appreciate all of you being here. And I hope to see you all on tomorrow's stream. I'm probably going to be playing Miku. We'll probably be starting up Project Diva 2nd. So I'll see you guys there, and hope we have a lot of fun. All that being said, we're going to go ahead and find ourselves another Daggerfall streamer to raid. I wonder if they exist. Let's see how it goes. I don't play video games no more. Never play video games. Maybe a little bit of Daggerfall. Don't play video games. Man, do you think the reason why Tenacious D broke up again is because he rediscovered his love of video games? He's like, I'm gonna be in the Minecraft movie, diddly diddly do. Anyway, let's go Miku time. Hell yeah! Hope you guys had fun. Also, I apologize. Like, I'm gonna bring this up. I'll apologize if I upset anybody. One of my New Year's resolutions is I'm gonna try and be more confident in my opinions. If I believe something, I'm going to say it that way. And because early on I would say things that I like. How do I put it? I haven't been very confident in the last couple of years. I've been very personally upset. So my goal is to be more opinionated and to try to understand and accept the opinions of others. That's kind of my goal. So that's, yeah, I should just shut up. I should just stop talking. But yeah, I have poked a little fun at some of you guys for having bad takes, but like, hey man, you like what you like. If you're able to find joy in something that I can't, that's perfectly okay, and that's even great. And I want to know why you love it. Daggerfall. Any kleptobrats on Twitch? I need a new PC. What does that mean? What the hell does kleptobrats mean? Ooh, I love the way his game looks. Oh, he's playing classic. He's playing classic Daggerfall. Hell yeah. Alright, guys, we are going to raid Crunky Brewster. I will become more based, as the kids say. Sure. And red piled. I'm piling up red things in my house. I'm taxing... Anyway. We're raiding. Let them know I said hi, and I'll hang around for a minute to introduce myself. Raiding time, bitch. Oh, Clunky Booster does not accept raids. What the hell? That's a thing wait, you can deny raids? Alright. You don't speak English, do you? No, he does. Okay. Let me check his shit real quick. Ufo J, do as thou wilt, retro, the Elder Scrolls. Alright. Let's give him a raid. So we're gonna go ahead and raid Xenobear. Oh, he's playing Unity as well. Cool. Good old Unity. Also, hell yeah, guys. Thanks for being here. I will see you all in their chat on their channel.